Chicago now. Wow, you're gonna know this face. Hello, Elyse Myers.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming in. I mean, you're huge on social media. You're also big into books too, and that's part of the reason we have you here in Chicago, which we'll talk about in a second. But I don't know, 4 years ago, you had a video that kind of went viral and pretty much changed your life.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar, maybe you've been living under a rock. I don't know. It's always going to be funny.
Yes.
But let's show you just a small clip.
First date I've ever been on? I'm so glad you asked. I'm going to tell you right now. Before I met my smoke show of a husband, I was on dating apps. As you do. This man messages me out of the blue and he goes, "I like your face. Let's go get some food." I love food. Are you my soulmate? He says, "Meet me at my house. I will drive us to the restaurant together." Why did we not just meet there? I have no idea. I drive 45 minutes to his house. He's standing outside of it. He walks up to my car and he goes, "I've lost my keys. Can you drive us there?" Should I have just left him right there and gone home? Yes. Did I? Absolutely not. He gets in, starts giving me turn-by-turn directions. He could have been leading me to an abandoned warehouse and he still would have been like, "Left at this stop sign?" Okay. We end up at a Taco Bell, which is fine. I'm like, "Dine in or drive through?" And he's like, "Drive through." And I'm like, great, he has a plan. We get to the speaker and he just leans over and goes, "I would like 100 hard-shelled tacos, thank you." We get to the window. He does one of these numbers. And I'm like, "Did you forget your wallet?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Do you need me to pay?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Yeah." I buy the 100 tacos, and I'm like, "Where to next?" And he goes, "Back to my house." And I was like, okay, this is happening. I'm committed to this now. It's happening. We get to his house, we walk in, his dad is on the couch. I'm like, he lives with his dad, it's fine. The hoops I am teleporting through to convince myself that this decision that I have made is okay is just wild. Walk past his dad into the kitchen. He just starts emptying the boxes of tacos, just releasing them onto the table. Puts 2 chairs at the table, sits down, and he just screams at the top of his lungs, "Let's feast!"
Anthony Ponce before. He loves Taco Bell.
Was this a real story?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And did you ever hear from the guy again?
No.
Good.
No.
Very good.
Oh, wow. And now here you are. I know. And it never gets old. We've watched it a million times. Okay, well, you're here for not only your great social media career, but also New York Times bestseller.
How does that feel?
It's really bizarre, actually. I could cry. I'm not going to. I might, actually. No, I'm honestly so honored, and writing this book was such a cool experience. I've always been a writer, and I've loved writing, and so for someone to be like, "Yeah, you're very good at it, here you go." It's like, wow, I'm good at it. You know what I mean? That feeling of it's just very validating. It's really cool.
Talk about what's inside of that book. What is the book all about?
So it's like about my life, but it's like short stories and poems. It's not very like memoir-y. To be honest, I really wanted it to feel like when you know when you meet like your person forever, and you have all these random stories at coffee that you're like, "Let me tell you all about them," that don't seem like they're connected, but then when you meet your person, it's more like you reflecting back on your life, and it all makes sense now in hindsight of that. That's kind of what that book feels like. And then I drew stuff and took stuff out of my journal, and even the end pages, I drew the end pages. Like, can I pick it up and show you?
Yeah, please.
So
do whatever you want.
A lot of little illustrations.
And show
like
it to the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Show it to this camera right here.
Look how nice that is.
Yeah, and so just stuff like that all throughout the book. I wanted it to feel like you're picking up my journal and reading it, kind of.
So after meeting you, I feel like you're an artist.
Yeah.
You know, when I watched that video and looked back at it 4 years ago, I felt like I was watching someone that was a comedian in a way.
Yeah.
But when I meet you in person, you have like a spirit of an artist.
Wow.
How do you see yourself?
Yeah, artist, creative. I think that I'm a maker. I just like making things, and so whatever that is, whether it's videos or it's illustrations or it's books or it's music or new friends, well, I don't know. Like I really like making fun things, and so I'll always do that no matter what. And so it's fun to share those different mediums with everybody.
Well, you're so personable, which I think is why you're so successful on social media. And you're not the average content creator, I would say, right? You're a little more artsy. You're true to yourself. You could definitely tell that, and you're so genuine, I have to say.
Thank you.
Meeting someone with millions of followers in person, you never know what you're going to get. And you reminded me that you live in Nebraska. You're not in one of the big 3 cities.
No.
You know, how do you kind of stay true to yourself with all this fame, with being a New York Times bestseller? I know.
Just really, every time I hear it, I'm like, say it again.
Crazy.
Say it again. Well, honestly, I think that living in Nebraska really helps with that, but I think because it's just for the love of what I do, I think that it always kind of changes and keeps you like grounded in that way. But also I have a husband and 2 children, and my kids don't care what I do. They're like, I just want to go to the park and I want to have ice cream for dinner. And I'm like, okay, great. Like that's a great way to kind of keep you in it and humble and all of that. But yeah, I just like what I do so much that I don't ever want to lose it, and I don't want to become a person that isn't who started making all of these things in the beginning.
We have people that come on this show that have careers like yours that just seemingly blew up overnight. How has that felt for you to go from, I'm guessing at one point you just had a few hundred followers, to being like a brand? You're like a walking brand now.
Yeah, wow. I guess I am. Sorry. Like, okay, yes. No, I think that I had a career before this. I was a web developer and owned my own business. And so, to be honest, I kind of had that before in a different way. It wasn't like me and my face, but it was what I did, and I built that out for myself. And so I feel kind of lucky that I had that foundation of business and understanding how to build something from the ground up. And then when it shifted, it was more just shifting what I did, but that business side of it was still the same. And I feel like I kind of got naturally like ushered into that. And then when I started making content and it was just a few followers, obviously the idea wasn't like, I'm gonna become famous. I just liked waking up and making videos. And so when that video came out, I had been waking up at like 4 in the morning because I was nursing my son at the time. So I was like pumping and eating. And then I would record a video, edit it, come back upstairs, and then do my real job from like 9 to 5. And when I did that video, I came upstairs and I was like, Jonas, no one's gonna watch that. Oh, my husband's name's Jonas. And he's like, just, you know, you wake up and just make a video every day because you love it. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but no one's gonna watch that. That was terrible. It was way too long. And now here we are.
When did you realize that people were watching it? Were you working and realized, whoa?
Yeah, so my husband and son were playing on the ground, like with little toys, and I'm working, and Jonas is like, Elyse? And I was like, yeah. And I come in the living room, and he's like, the video has 1 million views. And this was like within, I think, an hour of it.
Oh, wow.
By that night, I think a news station in Paris DM'd me on Instagram and was like, can we play this video? And I was like, who is pranking me? Like, this has to be a joke. And it just, I mean, it really fast after that. It was like, it felt like 1 million people were standing in my living room, and I was like, how did all of you get here? How is this happening? It was wild.
That's incredible.
You know what? You're such a great storyteller, so it's just captivating. But how has your content changed throughout the years? I mean, that was what it was 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That first initial video that we showed you all. Yeah, what is your kind of content like now? I also want you to sneak in because you have some book reviews. So you know, you're a bookie.
Yes, of course, yeah. I think that I've just become more comfortable with myself and sharing myself online. I think that originally it started more just with storytelling, and then I was like, well, I also sing, so I'll do that. And I also am a reader, so I'll do that. And also I like to cook, and I'll do that. And also I love sketches, and I love crocheting. And I'm a neurodivergent person, so really what you're gonna get on my page is whatever I'm really obsessed with at that time. And books will always be that common thread, but it's cool because before I wrote my book, I was doing those book reviews, and so I felt like I got to experience the reader side of it, and now I get to experience the writer side of it. And you better believe my reviews are going to be very different now that I'm an author, because I'm like, I was so harsh on so many people, and they gave their whole life to this thing, and I just was like, it wasn't good, and I'm just like, oh my God. Yeah, it's very different, but it's cool.
I love that your videos are authentic. They don't feel, you know, some of these influencers, you meet them in person, they don't even look like the same person.
No.
You're like, wait, who are you?
Yeah.
I bet that's disorienting. That must be wild.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a big question for you, but we have to take a quick break.
Great.
So we're gonna go to break. Don't turn your channel. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Chicago Now. So I said I had a big question before we went to break, and I'm just curious, the fact that you've blown up in this way, have you had an experience where you're out and about, you're minding your own business, and somebody's like, wait a minute, I know you, because that has to be a different experience. Do you remember when it happened and what that experience was like?
The very first time?
The very first time.
It was at a coffee shop. I was in the drive-thru, and I got my coffee, and he handed it to me, and he didn't let go of the cup because he goes, oh my God, I've seen your videos. And so we're both like holding hands through this cup, and I was like, hello, and so I was like, I wonder when he's gonna give me my coffee. And so I just started kind of driving a little bit, hoping he would like take his hand away. And I was like, my name's Elyse, and he goes, I know. And I'm like, okay. what's your name? And like, it was just very funny.
Awkward.
And I went home to tell Jonas, and I was like, I don't think that'll ever happen again, probably, but like, what a wild experience. And then now it's every time I leave my house, which is really cool.
How does that feel though? Because you went from, you know, just living your normal life.
Yeah.
I'm sure with your kids, you don't always want people to be like, you know, knowing where you live, knowing where you go. How has that been for you?
As somebody
handling it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I'm incredibly socially anxious, and so it's trial by fire, like trying to just like get me to catch up on how to do that and have those conversations with people. But I'm used to it now. But at the beginning, it felt scary, but no, everyone's so kind. What I'm really grateful for is like the audience that I've built is so much like me. That sounded like I was like, I'm so kind. So obviously, no, but like, no, it's been, the people that come up to me are very much like me, and they're nervous and I'm nervous, and so we're nervous together, and it's a very sweet interaction.
That's cool.
Yeah. You talk a lot about that journey and, you know, how it's changed and probably how it's come with fame now. And a lot of people connect to that, but was it hard making your first video really talking about yourself and, you know, social anxiety, whatever it might be facing with mental health?
No, and what's funny is whenever that question is asked, it's like, maybe I should have been more nervous about it, but like, I feel really comfortable just telling you that I mean, I had a panic attack last night. Like, it's all good though, but like, no, it's fine. Like, it's just a part of life. Like, for me, that's just, my brain is wired a certain way. And so I think that the more normal, not what's normal, but the more often we can like talk about it just without a lot of like, just neutrally, very neutral. I think it's really, really helpful for people because there's so much shame attached to mental health, and it's so fascinating because it's just kind of, it can be just a part of who you are, and it changes the way that your life looks, but if you can kind of learn how to adjust your life around it, you can make your life work for you, and you can invite people into that.
Do you feel like, you know, turning on that camera for you is almost like a sense of therapy and or relief in a way?
I wouldn't
like
say,
a calming or...
Yeah, I think that honestly it's therapeutic for me because when as many times as your ears can hear your mouth say things, you start to like really believe it and sink in. And so as much as I'm like encouraging other people in some of my videos, I'm encouraging myself. And so that like mouth brain ear connection, I think I'm solidifying with the content that I make, which is really powerful for me. So yeah, therapeutic in a way.
I love that.
And I bet maybe writing too was probably pretty therapeutic as well. Getting your life into writing. Did you ever think, I mean, it was sold out like right away pretty much, right? It was like only 24 hours,
the
a couple
tour?
days. No, your book.
Oh, not sold out, but the tour was sold out.
The tour sold out.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you say tour?
Tour.
Tour?
The tour.
Like, okay, so now you guys are a hybrid. Every single show I go to, I had one person say, I said tour because I'm from California. I think it's like an East Coast. And now it's a whole thing. Now I'm afraid to say it out loud.
The tour. The tour.
Tour.
Whatever you want to call it.
It's fine.
Well,
what would you? I do have a. Go ahead.
Well, I want to say, and that's part of the reason you're here. You're going to be at Everybody's Coffee in Uptown. How exciting is it to, you know, actually be in that space and see people in person, all your fans, knowing that they're appreciating and supporting your work too? It
is wild. I'm like, I have never public spoke in my life. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, public speaking.
Yeah. And I was so nervous, but I had done other things for other people. So the first event I did, I walked into the room, and it was like I wasn't nervous because I realized there was like so much belief in me in that room that all that favor is already there, that like I'm not winning you over, like you know me and you like me, and I am now here talking to you, and I just felt like I could have like, I mean, shot up right into outer space. I was so excited. Like it's been really special to make that connection with people and to get to see people's faces because they know who I am and I don't get to meet them. And then now like progressing in the tour, people have read the book, and so they're telling me like how they connected to the stories, and it is so mind-boggling that they have read it. I don't know. It's like it's really special.
You seem very humble by the fact that people are, you know, enthralled by you. You're here in Chicago tonight at 8. You're going to be at the bookstore. And
are you?
Everybody's Coffee.
No, you're going to.
I was like, cool.
I guess we'll be there.
Oh, yes, sorry, yes.
And then St. Louis, then you'll be in Santa Monica, California. So here's my question to you. People may be watching right now. It seems like the world of social media, there's so many people in that space. But what would you say to someone that may feel like, you know, I want to start there, but I don't know what to put out?
Yeah, I would say I love watching videos that people enjoyed making. So whatever that content is, like if you're wanting to get out there and make content, start with things you love about your life, or things that hobbies, or all of that. I think that people think too much about it. A lot of questions people ask me are about like niche, like how do you niche down? And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, when you meet a person in real life, you're not going to only get one side of them. Like you're a 360 person, and so let your online presence reflect that. I think that that's really important, and I think it allows people to get to know you better. You have more fun doing it, and your content is just always fresh because it's just your life. It's you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you being open about all of it too, because yeah, people would probably take that advice and just stick to one platform and not be as successful. Yeah. You know, since you're such a great storyteller, and I know you have young kids, right?
Yes.
And kids are crazy. Is there something that's recently happened that you haven't shared with the audience? It's just like a funny little story about your kids, or just your life, or even like your trip into Chicago. Yeah. I don't know.
That's a great question.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
love that.
This morning I was getting. Yes, that's a great question. I'd love to tell you. Listen, no, I mean, this morning I was getting ready, and we're in like a joining hotel room. Like my family is just on this stop, and I was ironing my shirt, which I've never ironed a t-shirt and jeans, and I was like, this feels like a lot, but it's been in a suitcase. And my son pulls the iron off of the ironing board onto my husband's plasticky like jacket, not but like down jacket.
It's hot.
Yeah, melted that, and then I look over and Oliver is putting my wedding ring in his mouth, and I'm just like, you went through an open heart surgery, dude. I'm not losing you to choking on my ring. That's not how you're gonna go out. Like, so I'm like going and getting my ring. Jonas is getting the iron that has the jacket on it, and I'm like, well, now I'm gonna go be on live television. So that was my morning.
And now you gotta pay for iron.
Yeah, I know.
Somehow I knew it was going to be crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? That's probably just a day in your life. I mean, juggling all this stuff, but it's probably so worth it. You know, with the kids, with the New York Times best-selling book that we have in front of us.
Say it again.
You know, good for you, and I know that you're inspiring so many other people too.
Thank you.
I'm sad that it's sold out tonight at Everybody's Coffee.
I'm sure I know a person. I'm sure I can.
We can get in there.
Oh my God.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Please.
Do you like making things?
Yeah.
What do you like to make?
I like to make videos and content and things like that. Yeah.
It's funny, I'll start a video.
I do.
Actually, you can look through my phone, and it's been like maybe the last 4.
I'm just kidding.
Probably last 8 days, and 4 of the last 8 days, I've tried making a video of like a day in my life, and I get like 2 clips.
Oh my God, I do the same exact thing.
It's horrible. It's so embarrassing.
I think we're judging it. That's why.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
you just forget to film.
I forget to film.
You know what you should do? You should do a video about how it's all the failed versions of your like day in the life.
I will post it today.
Do it. Because I'm a vlogger too on YouTube, and like I will start a day in the life, but like there's so many angles and all of that too, which are really hard, and so I'll have like 2 hours of footage, and I have like 4 months of me one day at a time trying to vlog. So I'm just gonna edit together a compilation of like a failed day in the life compilation, and it's just gonna be basically me making coffee, and that's it.
And it's funny because how do other
4 months of me making coffee.
Like life seems so interesting. Like I don't know, the editing and all that kind of stuff.
Some of it is fabricated.
They make it that way.
What do I like making? Well, I need a hobby. So if you have any
let's find you a hobby. What do you like right now? Let's get you a hobby. You like crocheting?
No.
Great.
Never
Next question.
Shopping?
I like shopping, yeah, but also like I'll put things in my cart and never buy it. I'm just a weird person.
May I interest you in reading?
No, you know what? I love audiobooks.
Oh, great. I narrated my audiobook.
Hey,
all right.
I have your voice.
And you have a calming voice too.
Thank you. Someone said I have a voice for NPR, and I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Hey.
That's actually a compliment.
I received. No, I received
documentaries, something.
Are you excited to be in Chicago? Have you visited the city many times before?
Not. I mean, I'm so excited to be here. I haven't visited anything today because we just landed last night, but I love this city so much.
Deep dish or thin crust?
To me, they're not the same food. Like it's different. They're totally. I like the deep dish, but I eat it like I don't eat all of the crust, so I'll just eat it like out of this. Yeah, it's like a goulash. I don't know. It's just, gabagool. Sorry, I went Michael Scott there. Gabagool. Sorry.
You know, it is funny. Deep dish is the right answer, just so you guys.
I know it
except
is.
tavern style, you know, it's a whole different ball game. But yeah, it's a. I mean, how can you not like cheese and great buttery crust? Anyway,
I love it.
I
love some cheese.
Everybody's Coffee. Enjoy Chicago. 8 p.m. tonight. It was so nice meeting you. I'm telling you, everyone at home. She's just as sweet as she is.
She really is.
On your phone as she is in person. So thank you. Really appreciate you coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
And congratulations.
I love that. All right.